Another house. You are correct, Lati. Unfortunately, or unfortunate, as the streamers say, you are correct. You're not always the first to clock in. First to clock in, as usual. Dang it. Dang it. And the last thing I want to do is a house. No. How many more houses are there? How many? How many more houses? I am dying, Maximus. How am I going to be remembered? Hey. Let's do it. Dying, Maximus. QFX, yes. What's up, QFX? What are we doing? What is happening? Eh? What are we doing? What are we doing? It's not a bad color. Oh, keep that there. Make a color in between the two. In between. Despair. That's pretty close. Gladiator is your favorite movie. Who died? Besides main side. Read the title and you will know who died. When he came in and looked at this painting and said, "Not another house." Coffee? Grasshopper. Put me out of my misery. The hopper of grass. The Shauna Mac truck. I haven't watched it. Is it out? Gladiator 2 is out? Look, I always think they're going to screw everything up these days. I have zero faith in Hollywood. Zero faith? Well, you know what? I'm going to be saying that right now because I'm working on a house again, but kind of has a way of just sucking my life force out of me. It is a fight, it's a struggle. One that I have probably already lost. Freaking house. Alright. I love this stuff. If only, if only. What do we do? What's the first thing we do? We get our value range. The goal today, which I don't think I'm going to hit because I don't think I have enough time to paint. Where can y'all see this? Where is it good to put? I'll put it right here. This is darkest dark. Lightest light. So we scale it. Lightest light is actually darker than the board itself. That is, in fact, fascinating. Very fascinating. Now, roof. Going with the roof. That's what we do. We go with the roof. Yes. Using a medium? Not right now. I might though. But for chair. Yeah, I knew they would mess it up. They always do. They make it like... Did they make the men pussies in it again, like they always do? Are they fighting against toxic masculinity? Alright. Get. See, that does look very dark, right? Right? It does. What is it? That is the question. Yeah, the new movies I don't like either. Shikari. They're just so bad recently. I've been watching a lot of K-dramas. Like a loser. Late at night. It's actually really funny. I laugh at myself for it. They're good though. I find them relatively wholesome. I'm going for is wholesome, you know? Wholesome. I need that in my life. Wholesome. Right? Wholesome. So what I did, I sprayed this so it shouldn't come off. Sprayed it before I got on. Like a freaking genius mastermind. Wholesome. They have two white guys as villains and they're literally too dumb to take a shit. If it wouldn't run out by its own, why don't you tone the canvas first? Because I was extremely lazy is why. And I'm a huge hypocrite, but I am gonna fill this before I like model everything, but I'm keying it off the palette right now. So, for example, this color right here, when you look on the palette, look at this. You can see, y'all can tell this is not black. It looks like this. Look how dark that is. That's the same color, you see? And now, and I also keyed it up there. So this is hard. I don't recommend doing this. I'm glad you asked that question because it shows wherewithal of, you know, how we go about this. Hollywood just making movies based on comics and they're still messing that up. Wholesome, you want me to send you kitten memes every day? No, not kitten memes. I don't need that. I don't want kitten memes. Gladiator in a wheelchair. Faith refined. I'm new to this whole thing, but dude, I would love to see your blocking process because for some reason I am terrible at the very base of the medium, and yet my rendering is so much better. The blocking, you just keep it very simple, right? I'm not using any medium right now, and we're just going to worry about the big shapes. We're not trying to, like, oftentimes Faith refined, my blockings don't look that great, but the idea is to lay the foundation, and that means drawing, right? We're trying to get the drawing correct. You probably know this, maybe not. So the whole thing is focusing on the drawing, right? That's what it is, focusing on the drawing, basic values, basic colors, right? Ideally, Shikari asked why I didn't put a imprimatur, like a base grind over this, because I'm lazy. Should have done it. Frankly, I didn't have a board. I had to cut it. I wanted to get started on this, so I just started drawing on it. I don't recommend that, but especially if you're new to this, it's very hard to paint into a white canvas, or in this case, a board, because it makes all your values, all your paints appear darker by contrast. This is so bright. It's just blinding. Blinding. Paint a bunch of old guys and a Santa taking a crap. Talking crap. Of course you want memes of kittens, Shikari. Now you have my attention. What are you talking about, QFX? You make no sense. None. None. My stream never makes any sense. It's holding me back. Yeah, Faith, we're fine. I don't know. I'll do this. If you have any questions, just ask. So there's a lot of different elements, I guess, to the blocking. Just always think, you just simplify everything, right? I'm just going in with one value. I'm not really worrying about color right now. You can. You don't really need to. I'm gonna take the same brush. I'm gonna use it as a darker mid-tone. I'll have different brushes as I go, but squint down. We're gonna try to unify some of the values. Go in between here. I'm gonna cool it down some, but that was too much. I don't even know if I want it. What do I want? Maybe I don't want it that cool. Let's go back here. Oh yeah, I don't know the quote. I don't know what you're talking about. An owl will look perfect on the top corner. I'll get my friend to pose for it. He looks like an owl. Okay. Let's start putting a little bit of medium in just to make this glide a little bit better than it is. Just a touch. Dang it. Just took some of this and just chunked it in there. It's falling apart. walnut oil, just a little bit. And the thing is, I mean, it's very basic and simple like your face. We can always correct it as we go. We can always lighten or darken it. It doesn't matter. In fact, I like making it a little bit darker at first. So for me, it's easier to go from dark to light as opposed to light to dark. It just is, for some reason. Just is. Squint. Bring that down some, I'll bring the light up into it. Oh, and just fix the drawing as we go. This drops to about here. There's a weird shadow across. Just unify these shapes. I can break them down later on. Just simplify everything. Dimitrescu, is that is that from The Village? I was looking it up. Is it Resident Evil 7? I said 4, but I don't know. It would make sense. I thought 4 might not be it. So I haven't played Resident Evil in a long time. Is that really tall chick? Undead? It is. Okay. And then she has like 3 daughters or something. That seems like it was a very popular game. See, I haven't played Resident Evil. I played Resident Evil 1 and 2. That was it. I love those games. They're fun. I played 3 too, as well, rather. But I didn't, I don't think I beat, I'm not sure I beat 2. I might have beaten 2. I beat 1 several times. 3 I never beat. That was scary because there was one dude that was chasing you the whole time. Oh, it's so scary. I think it probably traumatized me. Every once in a while I have like a dream where I'm being chased by like a giant monster. Come to think of it. Huh. It's one of those things I kind of just remembered right now. Haven't really been focusing on it, probably because I've repressed it. Probably not good. Probably not a good sign. Raum 303. That was Resident Evil 8. Resident Evil 7 was at the Baker's family, and 4 is mainly the castle. So wait, 8 is the village? Is that it? Or is the village a different one? I don't find the gameplay that much fun, but I love the dark art direction. Is it... I think I got paint on myself, but it doesn't matter. I was gonna ask, is it like Resident Evil 1 and 2, I think even 3, had like different camera angles you were looking at? It was very unique. Is it still like that, or did they change it? This is English red, just because I have it on my palette. I don't want that, actually. That'll be a... with this. It's the red. Okay, that's better. This is purple. I'm just going to bring this up to the purple section, which is there. Mix it with that. Yeah, 8 is called Village, and is the one with the tall woman. That's 8. Okay, got it. Okay, cool. They changed. It's on PC, right? I actually looked it up this morning, and I was thinking I might get it to play it, but then I was like, I don't have time to do that. I don't have time to play another game. They changed it first person now. Okay, guess if you want, you could probably do third person too, but it's not overhead anymore. Gotcha. Okay, that's cool. So like first person a whole lot. 8 has flow from progressive. Flow, really? It does? That chick? I got her to like my comment saying that on Twitter one time. Oh, because it's like, it looks like her, you mean? What's up, Shutty Mia, by the way? Wait a second, before I put this on, I'm going to actually start painting the base of the house in really quick. Ooh, these are the brushes I want. This is it. I was looking for this. He wants a relatively light house. So on this side, it would be something like that, and then just with white. Okay, I'm gonna bring it down in value some, so that I can bring the value up when I need to. I don't need to do this, but screw it. Do it anyway. So when I'm going up like this, if I keep on working this, watch what happens. That if I bring it there, it's gonna mesh like that. So you have to like make sure you know what's on the brush, right? Because the more you blend without going back to the palette, you see how it grays that out? So what you gotta do, you gotta go back to the palette, refresh the paint, both sides, and you have to keep track of what's on the brush. It's too loud, probably. Turn this down some. Boom! And then we can go in and get the color that we want. I'm just gonna add a little bit of medium because this is pretty thick paint. See, this is like pretty light, but the beauty is I can go back in and bring the value up, make it lighter, which is what I kind of want to do. You can get more effect off that. How did DaVinci Resolve go? I haven't figured it out on the home computer, but I'm able to do stuff on my laptop right now. Chromatic, yeah, it has to be chromatic. In fact, the last painting, he was making me brighten it and do all sorts of things. And you know, like there was a tree on the side that I had like dark shadows, and he didn't like those dark shadows. He wanted me to take those out, and if I took those out, it would have been so flat. And I was trying to explain this to him, but he doesn't get the concept. So I have to just, some of these things I have to keep in, because he'll make me take it out and it'll ruin the painting, right? So it's an issue right now, but I'm, doing what I can. Look, I can see myself liking doing this type of work if I was able to get creative. Like, I love Mark Boge's work. I don't even know if I say his name right. I say this every time. But I love his work. But it's very like, he kind of, oh, I hate this word. He's very expressive with it, which works. Okay? Soften. Soften, soften. Soften. Boom! Don't like these soft edges. So I'm going to go in with kind of a dry brush. I'm just going to massage it just a little bit. Let's put another value there. Do it. And back to the palette. Massage some more paint into it. You know you want it. I love the Home Alone. That's the first thing I saw when I woke up. I was thinking, what in the world is chat talking about? But for sure, the only time I use something that's more watercolor brushes is if I'm going over like the top part, and I might use like a soft synthetic type brush, and I'll add a lot of oil to it, but otherwise I don't. It's very rare that I do. And to be honest with you, I can probably get the same effect by not using it. But no, I don't right now. I do not. Get the value first. Get the value. And then we go in. Bring this down some. I made it too colorful. Which actually might work for this stage. Something like that. More medium. Should be okay. All right. Okay, I think I want to cool this off just a little bit. Should be good. Something like that. Expressive, yeah. In some cases with him, remember how he like really exaggerates the color and like, I mean, he'll really push the color in certain areas in the building. Like here, he would be doing like very solid like colors in the whites, and then he also would have the drawing like it would be very accurate, but he wouldn't spend all day trying to make everything perfect on it. He also pushed the atmosphere in it and just kind of, I don't want to say made things up, but he put like a touch to it that if you looked at reality wasn't strictly there. But he did it in a very attractive way. He's awesome. Love his work. Always talking about him. It's so good. Oh, yeah, the bounty paper towel method. He had this method where he was doing the lattice work, where he would take Bounty paper towel and like he would essentially paint white. Wait. He would either paint, what was it? He painted dark first, and then he painted white over the dark, or did he paint, I think he painted the white down, and then he painted a layer of dark over it, like really fast, and then he took a paper towel, pressed it in, and pulled it off, and it made lattice work. It was insane. It was really cool what he did. Take this, mix it in with this. Let's wipe. So again, this all is appearing very dark right now, and it might be because it's being contrasted by this here. So that's why we need to fill this in. I'm just trying to get the drawing in as quickly as I can, and I'm not worried about making this like so perfect yet. I'm just trying to keep the drawing relatively correct, and yeah, and correct it if I can. Right? If I see something that needs correcting, but I'm essentially at this point, my goal is to fill this in, right? That's to fill this in. That's what I want to do. I want to fill this in so that it covers all the white. That's what we want to do. So once we have it, right, filled in, then. But everything's about drawing with this. That's why we have to learn how to draw. Like I keep on saying this, we got to learn how to draw. I'm still learning how to draw. It's horrible. This, let me fix this because I messed that up, didn't I? That's what I'm talking about. Bring that up. Press the paint up to where I want to go. I can't see what's over on this side, but I'm just going to bring this up some. Soften that edge. I think I might have messed that up, but I don't really care. Man. Second act artists. Sorry for being off topic from the painting. But do you think that bark plates are a decent starting point as self-taught artists? Yes. Provided they are hypocritical of their work or something else. I think doing bark plates is one of the best things that you can possibly do. And you should join the Discord and you can post them, and I'll try to give you advice as well, what to do. That's how I learned. You learn the method, process, yeah, of everything. Because really, the fundamentals of the bark plate, that starting point, if you took that out, I wouldn't be able to do this. That's the bread and butter of what I'm doing with this. It's all drawing, all of it is. I'm putting color in, I'm using the paint medium, but I'm thinking light values, I'm thinking drawing, fixing the drawing, always. Developing it in a certain method. First, me boy, your own lesson. My own lesson was to fill the entire canvas. I can put the background in, but if this is white, the background is going to appear dark anyway compared to it. So I'm saying fill the whole thing in. Don't just model this one thing, right? That's my lesson, bitch. Oh yeah. Great to see the glasses are on straight. I need to make more videos like that. It's fun. Just like totally washed up, like going crazy. This is fun. It's actually a lot of fun. Mhm. So I'm thinking about how light or dark it is, right? So I have this brush. This is my darker brush compared to this one. It's the lighter brush. And at first, I'm just working with basic values, basic colors. So I don't have like a lot of brushes. I only have, now I have 4 brushes for all this right now. And each one can range within a certain value range, respectively. So it's not like it just has to be one color and that's it, right? You just don't want, it's hard sometimes if you have like a dark brush to use it for the light as well, you know? Because that's when it starts getting a little bit muddy. Let's lighten that up just a little bit, just to make it a little bit different. That's fine. So these values, the lights and darks, are subject to change. This is going to look too light for where it is. It should be darker, but this one will make more sense. I'm trying to fill this in. Like I said, I can bring the light up, soften this edge. You know, it's easier to work with softs than sharps later on. Whoops. Whoops. Just is. Just is. This is going to be too dark, but I'm just going to put it there just to fill it in. So like I said, all this stuff, I'm going to I'm going to adjust the values. I'm just trying to fill this in as quickly as I can. Is that black with Prussian mixture? Which one? I don't have. Well, I do have black, but I have. I don't have Prussian blue. I have ultramarine blue. Kynan Rodriguez. Yes. Hypocritical. Sorry. Hypocritical. Yeah, you want to really, ideally you get somebody who is trained to look at it. But yes, you want to be hypercritical. You don't want to just go and say, okay, I'm doing a bark plate. I'm just going to develop it now. It's been like an hour. You really want to keep it there for quite a while, right? Like several days, the blocking stage, and really push the drawing. Kind of be like as insane about it as you can. That's how you're going to learn the proportions. It's very hard, and you need, I needed guidance through. And that's why I said you should join the Discord, because we can help you with that stuff. Painting Claire Redfield at the moment. She needs some work though. If you fill in the background with a mid-tone gray, does that fuck shit up? Because most things fall within a gray. That mid-tone one is usually the most chromatic value. It won't mess it up. It's not gonna mess it up. You can always increase the chroma or whatever. And it's best, like, it'd probably be best if I just put like a gray down anyway. I'll let it dry and then you go back into it. All right, did I read that right? Background with a mid-tone gray, does that? Yeah, you can do that. You can do that. Look, all these things you just have to account for. You know. You painted Claire and Leon too, Shuddermia? Second act, artist. The photo and painting remind me of a house in Maine, Stephen King novel basically, but I'm South African, so who the heck knows what I am talking about. Either way, would love to love in it. I can see that. Yeah, I can see that. Such a complicated house too, this one. She has that kind of chubby baby. Talking about Claire Redfield. You're so weird. You and your tractors, your owls, and all that stuff. He's always posting like tractor paintings, and it's pretty funny. Darken that just a little bit. I do want this a little bit darker. Do want it just a little bit darker. That's fun. So like I said, I can always bring up the value. Always bring up the value. And that's going to darken. Soften. I'm using kind of the side of the brush to do this. Like really pressing kind of in more instead of the point. Like you can think of the paint kind of like it's clay and that it can be moved around a little bit, right? And if you do that, then it kind of takes on a three-dimensional form to you, and you're kind of like, you understand you can move it around a little bit more if you focus on what's on your brush, right? So like the cool thing about this is I can always, once I get these shapes correct, then I can go in and really work the color and the values. I can push the lights higher or darker if I want to, but it's ballpark, right? That's what we're trying to do. Now the tricky thing is, y'all see this picture, it looks like it's start of winter or something, or maybe the end of fall. And I need to do this in the fullness of spring. Of course. This is gonna be great. So that's what we have to do with this. It's not gonna look anything like this picture, nothing. And all the trees are covering, like, y'all can see in that small painting, there's all these trees covering it. So this is one of these things where I just have to morph. It's gonna look totally different at the end. I found real hog hair bristle brushes last week. Cool, man. Which ones? Cool, bro. Okay. All right. I'm gonna go in with the, wait. Let me just tighten this up just a little bit. Just a little bit in certain areas. I forgot some places. There. And then Disable brushes. Anything medical or death related. I go into PTSD mode. I'm in a freeze response when at the doctors, even eye doctors. Ooh, it's rough. No, it's not one of his 5 vacation homes. He doesn't own it. This is historically one of his ancestors lived in it. Yeah. And it's looking a little bit generic right now with how I'm building this up. I'm just, like I said, I'm just trying to fill it. Probably end up putting some of the vases on there at some point. Brian comes at 3 o'clock. That's in 1 hour here. So I have 1 more hour of streaming to do. So we'll see what I can get accomplished in that time. We'll see. We will see. But this is strange because this is like some light coming in here. Like all of us are autistic here. I feel the same way. Like I said, the first thing I checked the Discord like in the mornings to see what y'all are talking about. It was like Jeff found a skeleton, and I was trying to figure out where that came from. Buffer Chair said there was a couple things going on. I don't quite remember, but I was like, this does not surprise me. It's totally normal. Okay. This. Boom. And then let's. It really doesn't need to be lighting, but whatever. That. So we're not really worrying about the color right now. I just use that as an excuse for sucking. I'm doing that on purpose. Let's go across here. Over caffeinated. I would, instead of autistic, I would buy any hamburgers at the Wendy's next to Jeff's house. You could say he's doing housework right now. I just love the Wendy's dumpster thing we've tied Jeff to. Jeff to. The poor guy. Oh, it's really funny. It's really funny to me. The Wendy's dumpsters. Totally desperate. You don't know, it's like it could be something admirable. He's dedicated that much to go to take a dumpster, or go the way of the dumpster. He's that dedicated to art. You got to respect that. Do you? Is he right? Autism is too often diagnosed. I don't believe people who say they have it at this point. There's too many. They're kind of just assholes in most cases. I'm pretty sure Peru doesn't even have a Wendy's. I know. You can't even give them that much credit. Oh, it's horrible. I wonder if it does. Well, then how does he know what Wendy's is? I mean, it would make sense that he doesn't know what Wendy's is. It's back there selling his egg tempura. It's pretty good. I like that. That's a good one. I do worry for him because he does not take care of himself, but he does things like in a stupid manner. It's like, I can't afford to eat. And it's like, well, how much do you need a day? And he told me it was like a large sum of money. I said, well, wait a second, where are you getting your food? He says, well, I'm going out to eat. I said, if you can't afford to eat, you don't go out to eat. That's 101. Told him. So I told him what I did, which was essentially you get like rice and tuna fish and you get pasta. Those things are cheap and you can, lots of protein, very healthy for you. Lots of kids suffer from overstimulation from the phones that gives them autism-like symptoms. See that? Yeah, I don't know. Let's get a bigger brush. Do I need a bigger brush? Always need a bigger brush. I know I have one. Ooh, that's a big one. I remember when I was in Italy, I was walking around all day long. I was on my feet all day long. And, obviously painting, which takes a lot out of you. And then I would go and I would work out at the end of the day. Here it is. And then I would get back home and I tell you, I had an appetite. And I would fix, I remember we had risotto, like type of rice, fix rice, and then I would put some Parmesan cheese, because that was pretty cheap over there, Parmesan cheese and tuna fish into it. I think some salt and pepper, but anyway, just cooked it into it. It tasted so good, and it was so filling and healthy. Oh, man. It wasn't that expensive either. Do I need this? Yeah. Go here. This actually is going to need to be more purple. That's it. Let's try this. There you go, that's it. It seems dark. And it might be too dark. But we can always lighten it. Nobody panic. We can always lighten it. So again, the drawing here. I'm taking my time with the drawing. I'm trying to keep up with chat. I was surprised you had friends. Wait, who? Quellar, what's up, man? Here we go. Okay. That was a stupid mark, but I'm just going to roll with that. Queldarius, Maximus, Meridius. They're going to be curtains? I hope not. I think there are curtains in there, aren't there? It's not hard to do curtains. For me, I can do anything. It's very easy for me to do everything. Especially complain about this. It's very, very easy for me to do. Straight blue somehow. Start seeing this come together, my dear peasants. You will start seeing it come together before your very eyes. You'll be like, bruh. Whoa. That's what will happen. That's how you'll be. I'm telling you. It's going to be great. It's going to be glorious. Glorious. It's the side of the house. Who's stalking you? You're getting stalked? I don't know, Grasshopper. I don't know. That's a good question if it's illegal. I don't think it is. Van Dyke Brown? No, it's not. No. This is just, these are the basic. You can mix a lot of colors that look very similar to what y'all are talking about. Which I do by accident. I don't think it's illegal. I collect some Bob Ross, use Van Dyke Brown. It's illegal in Canada. Artistic license gives us a lot of freedom. Wow. Savannah Gregson. Well, your dreams can become a reality through focus and discipline and much pain and suffering. But if you make it through that, then you will be a powerhouse. of amazing brushwork and color. You can do it. You put your mind to it, you can do it. So I'm here to help. This, I need to make sure I get the angles right. I can't lose the angles. See, the drawing is ballpark, but the main thing is just getting all these angles correct. Angles. Right? Gotta get the angles correct. I'll make sure I don't screw this up. Comes up. Boom. Goya. If you don't make it through, you gotta get a free lesson in pain. An umbra guy. That's my go-to brown. Umbra. His old Holland Van Dyke brown is kind of purple. What do you think of Rembrandt oil paints? They seem a bit runny. Let's see. I think I use them. Oh no, maybe I use Mussolini. I don't know. I don't really use Rembrandt. Are they runny? Sometimes they could be like. I don't know. Jeff might know. Like, I feel like he tries more paints than I do, but I don't know if he's used Rembrandt before. Whoops. Ivory black and permanent crimson, making nice rich brown. Let's see that. The cool thing about Van Dyke brown is that when you tint it, it goes very neutral versus other browns lean. Add some light to it to see the brown. Sometimes Rembrandt separates a lot. They're not cheap either. Yeah. I mean, like I said, I use a lot of Michael Harding's. I think they have very good paint. However, I'm not using the white right now, and I should have returned it because it's all chunky and it has these like dried pieces of paint in it. It's actually the worst tube that I've ever gotten from them, and it's too late to return it. So I wasted probably $90 off it. I'm actually surprised it was that bad. Normally it's not anywhere near that bad. See how I just messed the drawing up there? Really cool move, wasn't it? More where that came from. There we go. Yep. This. Baby unicorn tears, quote are. $90. I bought a big tube of it. It might not have been 90. It was a lot. There's a T model car sort of parked on the far end. Could use a T. Oh yeah, right. I mean, it's not that I chose this house, you know. It's ridiculous, yeah, because fine. I can't see how high this. Okay, I think it goes to about here. Whoops. It's so hard. Oh. Stupid house. Why? Once I block in all this white, this house will look too bright. It will look too bright. But then what do? We pivot. We pivot and we darken. Okay? That's what we do. Ah. How did I pull my neck doing that move? Cross friction. Massage. Work your way up the neck. Move in. Work down. All around the area. Domino effect. Test. Got it. Ah, biceps. Yes. He's doing Mythic. He's barely done Arena. He doesn't need to. He's bored of it. Haven't even gotten 1800. Haven't even farted that out. Good times. I'll carry you. If you need a carry, you know where to come. Right here. I'll get on my mage. My magical creature. I don't want to hear about the aim shots or double tap. I've had too many flashbacks. Get one and just Warlocks hit hard too, yeah. Savannah Gregson. I told my sister I was watching someone paint a house. She thought I meant literally painting on a house. Savannah, so when I was living in Georgia some years ago, and somebody said, I heard you're a painter. I said, yeah. They said, well, what type of painter are you? I said classical realist painter. And they said, oh, that's perfect. I've been looking for somebody to paint the trim on my house. And I said, well, I can do that if you want. I didn't correct them. And their friend looked mortified. They're like, I don't care. You should check Bruegel's Tower of Babel if you think this is hard. There's 1,000 paintings I can check off the top of my head probably with this stuff. Someday, centuries from now, someone will find this painting and be amazed at the history in it. They'll find like tears, like my DNA tears in here. Gears wakes up and gets a rival earn notification on his This actually gave me a really good idea, something I might actually do. I'm going to vouch for rival notifications to send to all my friends. Look, Blaze, I work hard for my rival, and I wish to be known for it. I don't have much else to look forward to. Give me this. Okay. I am very proud of my rival. I find joy in life. Unlike Gears, who's bored of everything. Oh, he's done it. He gets on his Ellie and just pumps. He plays a hunter. It's the stupidest thing. That drops down some actually. I'll point it out and I won't do it. Massage it up. Fade. sideward motions. So I'm not too worried. Like I'm going to put the color in once I get the drawing set, once I get the values in. But I don't want to spend all day mixing the color right now because let's face it, this is probably all wrong. And I need to fix everything first. I need to fix the drawing before I delve. So I can't do the hand signal for it right now. Delve into the color. Yeah, Ellie's not as bad as it was, but it still hits like a truck when it needs to. Arcane Mage is pretty solid. I hate mixing colors, which is probably why my palette knife keeps breaking. Do you press too hard? What do you do? I thought you were a tiny little thing. How are you breaking palette knives and I'm not? Whoops. Totally messed that up. It's okay. What do we do? Do we panic? You know, we don't panic. We just complain about it, point it out, and then we move on without doing anything about it. That's what we do. She got bigger biceps than you. She's from the Netherlands. She says she's a tiny little thing. Mage and lock and threes is crazy, CC. Look, you're talking about this. Like running double caster anymore. They want some kind of peel. She has finger strength. It's from picking it all the time. Boom! Line! Beautiful line. Line. So the same thing. Top, lighter value. Going in. Devastation Demo 3s. Sounds horrible. Joseph de Croix. One day. You could, Savannah. You could. You can do anything. You learn to draw, and the world of painting opens up to you. You thought it was out of your reach, but it was not. It was so close. It was always there. You just had to learn to see shapes, to draw. That's it. See shapes. I can't believe he said that. That's pretty awesome. That's really funny. I was kind of there right now, but Dev is pretty squishy right now. But for chair. Finger painting? I don't know why this is pretty funny to me. That was a really good response. Shakari, I'm proud of you for that. That was you got me with that one. That was pretty good. I'm proud of you. You have some good ones. What was it? The man's 90 years old and considers himself an orphan because he doesn't have his parents around anymore. He says he was. Oh, I don't know what y'all were talking about. Was that from a movie or something, or did you just say it? Demo is kind of there. Since I read that. It's done, but they have two 40% walls with short. Yeah, it's 40% walls with short. Every time it goes up, it's like, why? Anyway, let me bring this down. I need to just work these edges down just a little bit more than it. No! This. Because it was hilarious. That's why I remember it. I think I was laughing at it like the rest of the day. It was funny. Like, the thing is, you'll have to keep it. Like, I read the chat, and a lot of the stuff I find funnier, because sometimes I'll go and watch, like, I don't always watch my streams, but sometimes I'll go back and check them out just to see, and I'll be looking at the chat, and there are things that are said that are hilarious, but my attention's so divided that I don't realize always in the moment here, because I'm trying to focus on this, right? I'm trying to focus on this. So I'll miss these things. So I actually find a lot of this stuff funnier than I might, sound on stream. Is what I'm saying. So I remember it. But that was like the main 9 years old I've been orphan. That's too thick. That's whatever. Let's do kind of an in-between. Do I have, I feel like I'm missing a brush. Okay, I have 2 small ones. I need it. Where is it? This one, this is it. Okay, now this one I'm gonna do an in-between. I'm gonna make the columns something about there, right? I don't have a brush like this. Oh, wait a second. Okay, I see what's going on. So like I said, the drawing is the main thing with this. I'm going to be going over everything already, but I'm just trying to get the drawing, and I want the drawing. I don't want it very sharp, right? Like this up here. I mean, it's okay, but I want to make it a little bit soft because I can always go sharper with it. It's easier to make it sharp, but it's hard when something's dries sharp, and then you have to soften it because the paint's slightly transparent. What's happening up top. It's hard for me to see parts of this because it's actually in the shadow. And then I guess I'll just go over it with a little bit darker. Brush this. There. Let's drop that. Push this paint down some. Does that look weird? It might. I don't know. Can't you just make touch of death added to all buttons with macros? You just automatically kill somebody. Yeah, it's called aim shot. Hunters have it. Degenerates like Gears have it. What does he say? He's like, I eat hunters for breakfast. It's like, I never lose. Every time I look at a hunter, I say to myself, LOL, free win. And then he goes in there and then he brags about hitting rival. And who are the victims? The mages. The mages. We're the victims. We. You finished it one session. A la prima! Well, it's not really a la prima. This thing is not done. This is just... It is pretty intense, though. There is a lot going on here. And... What time is it? 2:40, so Brion is coming at 3 o'clock, which is in 20. Carry the 1. Divide by 7, but multiply it by 0.3. Square root of 8. Take 20 minutes. See? Artist. Do math. Let's massage this into the painting, into the work. Don't think about how much you hate this house right now. This has to be a project of love. Love. Even though love does not exist. Totally jaded life. $8.4 million damage in 1.7 seconds. More like 0.7 seconds. Or are you talking about the hunter? $16.8 on the mage when I have 12. The golden mean square root. Damn, I forgot. Okay. I can't figure this out, man. It's at 3 o'clock. Guys, stop. Stop yelling! Shikari randomly. Stop it! What are you talking about? There we go. Fill this in really quick. There we go. Stop yelling at me! All right, good. So this, like, really, I mean, this is such a huge part of this. There really is a lot going on here. So now you see, like, well, no, everything's still bright. I need to really get this thing all painted in. Oh, that's what I want right there. I mix this color specifically for it. Boom. It'll be a month later, and I'll be talking about how I need to fill in this background, make it so it's not white. I have 16 with shields. You know what? I don't think I do. It doesn't even stop I think it stops 1.5 million. I'll have to look that up because it doesn't feel like I have anything. I'm gonna filter what I was about to say. It had to do with. I'm gonna filter that too. I gotta try adding Touch of Death to all my heals. By the way, I worked on some values for the old painting, but got to start something new for a colleague who's retiring in a month or so. You're talking about the one of your kid? Yeah. Evil math. I know. I'm not good at math. Or maybe it wasn't math. I can't even tell anymore. I don't know what's happening in this chat. You got an ice barrier and mass barrier. Broski. I'm not even going to engage in this stupid conversation because that is so broken. Screw you. I'm not even going to engage in this. Can't see where this, okay. It says it's there. Comes down. Oh. Come back to that. I'm going to finish this stuff up here first. You guys don't play mages. You don't know all the hardships that my people have been through. You don't know the pain my people have suffered. I demand reparation. Focus. You guys play hunters, you play warriors. You don't know the pain and the suffering that I have gone through. Aren't the victims here? What's that? You got ice barrier. Saves Xerxes every now and then. Shut up. He's the healer. He should save both of us. But does he know? He holds me back from my rightful place at the top of the food chain. Instead, I'm being served on a platter to a bunch of idiots every night. So what kind of paintbrush are you using? I don't know. This is a flat synthetic. This is Artisan. It's an Artisan. It's a flat synthetic. It's really good, actually. Artisan Yeah, short, flat, bright, Winsor and Newton. Fugland. 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 Which, by the way, let me make sure Brian is not, like, I needed to make sure he didn't cancel, which he always does. He always knows he hasn't canceled. He's not canceled. A miracle has taken place. I came down on him last week. I said, you've got to stop canceling your lessons, man. It's like, oh, you're getting paid. I'm getting paid, but I want him to improve. I don't want him to... This actually comes over some. This was in the wrong place. This is here. This is actually over some. This comes over. Right here, that's where this is. Whoops. There. This be here. That's where it is. Except it's higher. It's pretty fun. Hunters barely exist in AWC. I don't care. Y'all aren't in it. Their damage is just too easy to mitigate at that level. Yeah. Assisting in this mage game. What are you talking? You're complaining against mages now? I'm gonna let you flip the script on me. I said I'm the victim first. You can't go in and take that from me. That's not how this works. Bunch of idiots, I swear. Is 100% wrong. I missed this. Fade it up. Cut in from the other side. Boom! Still wrong, but looks better. Fix the drawing in here. That's pretty messed up. Continue with the windowsills. Or the windows. How small is that picture compared with the painting? Okay, so the house that I'm drawing from, okay, so I'm gonna measure with this from here to here with my finger. That's the size that I see it. This point to here, that's the size. So the width. Oh, damn, there's a back piece, too. I never saw that. Dang it. That's okay. I can paint that pretty easily. That's how wide it is. So, enlarging it. Right? Big brain. That's what we do. Bro isn't going to accept that his class is OP till he gets 2K by spamming 1. You don't even play the game and you talk. You don't even play. You just watch a bunch of things and listen to people's opinions who are on the very top. It's totally different gameplay from the rest of us. They're probably playing right now and practicing. I don't have all day to do it. I'm painting. I'm doing very high-class things in society and helping everybody become more mature and grow their brains. That's what I'm doing. I'm not there doing arena right now. I mean, Gears probably is staring at his biceps. Clicking and staring at biceps. 2 and 3 as well. Unfortunately, Ice Block is a 4. He doesn't like that button. Shut up! You son of a bitch. Don't talk about my late Ice Blocks. They don't always go off. Save that for next game if he dies. Just laugh. Keep on laughing. Laugh it up. I never overreact. Play Clash of Clans sometimes. Not overreacting. Okay. That's not working. Bring that down. Wait. Oh, I see why I thought that was like that. I see why. There's a couch there and I missed it. And so this actually drops. Because I looked at this, I was like, that doesn't make sense. This drops some. There we go. Let's put that there. If I want to put the couch in later, I can. There you go. That looks better too. Okay. And then the windowsill might come down some, but I can't tell. I don't know. Oh, it does. It definitely does go down because this side's pretty long. Bring this down some. Some more color. Triceps get ignored. Would it help to enlarge the original photo before painting? Yeah, it would. But I'm too lazy to do that. I'm being serious, that's why. I just... Look, every morning I've been waking up, and I'm just like, oh gosh. My body doesn't want to move. My mind doesn't want to think. I don't want to do anything. Okay? I just want to lay there and just lay. I want to go back to sleep, but then I look, I'm like, I've slept 9 hours. How? Not always. I slept 6 last night, which was not good. Like, I'm suffering right now, I'll tell you that. Post-humus ice block. Shut up with the ice blocks! Late ice block shall now be known as posthumous. We only have happy little accidents, Lewis. Shikari, I totally agree with you. Way too much talk about biceps. I spend 10 times more time on try. I heard he doesn't like Alter either. It got nerfed a bit, so mages are in the dumpster from his perspective. I use it as a mobility spell. George's dadness, the best. Well, oh, his dad, yeah. I want you to take, what was it? I'm gonna say like shirts. I want you to take these shirts and deliver it to the. He's always yelling at George. Okay. And deliver it. Kasha? He's laying in bed with him. Kasha? Swan color. You know, that was Ben Stiller's dad. Shikari. Agree. Too much time speaking. I totally do my triceps much more. Now let's talk about my triceps. That's what you're doing. You're trying to, because you're like, okay, I got them talking about my biceps. Now we're going to go for the triceps. Say, look, you think my biceps are big? Look at my triceps. That's what you're doing. Stupid. By the way, today was bicep and tricep day for me. Who doesn't like that either? You get nerfed a bit versus the ultra time. Lewis, I didn't tune into this roast to watch you paint, bro. You gotta admit at some point that mages have 10 times the utility other classes have, that exchange of being a bit more squishy, but they have tools for that, and more importantly, pillar. I can't believe it because I don't think Ben Stiller is that funny. I can see that, but I like Ben Stiller too. You should paint. I can see why you would say he's not funny though. But there's certain like characters he plays that are hilarious, I think. You should paint something totally outrageous and controversial, then sell it for a ridiculously high price just for the fun of it. Huh. It's probably not the dumb thing to do. It's probably smart. Honestly say I don't think I've ever actually laughed at Ben Stiller. I like him. He was good in Tropic, but he was. I thought he was good in Dodgeball. Dude, I love his movies. I don't know what y'all are talking about. Okay. Darkness. A second. Switching brushes. Curtain, kind of. And then we sculpt the surrounding area to make that illusion of a freaking window. Stupid thing. Why is my life so hard? Paint. Complaining about painting. Such an idiot. People out there doing freaking horrible things, complaining about painting. All right. Sock in his crotch. Okay, let me scroll up to see what is going on in the chat here. I see a lot of gears speaking. This is not always a good sign. 2, never watched his movies. Okay, we're talking about Ben Stiller. He was good in Tropic Thunder. Read that. His movies are usually kind of boring. That's where I disagreed. But Robert Downey Jr. was obviously GOAT. Yes, I love Robert Downey Jr. Barely remember. And Dodgeball. Had a stupid stash, right? I think he did, yeah. I think he did have a mustache there. Well, you don't even know his movies, Shakuri. Wasn't he the heavy? He was. He was like, he was out of shape, then he was in shape, then he got out of shape again. Night of the Museum movie. Those were decent with the sock in his crotch. Music is proving my Stephen King theory. Really? With this? Yeah. With the house. Like the Fokker movies, but only because of Barbra Streisand. You're right. That was the only one. Dude, the first one when it came out was freaking hilarious. Robert De Niro is always really good in his movies. Can't stand it, De Niro. In real life, I don't know much about him, but I mean, I like his work. Yeah. Almost un-American. Not American, so we good. Treason. Okay. Let me think. How am I going to do those windows? I'll just do a slightly darker value for them, I guess. Slightly bluish hue. Okay. Wait a second. I got an idea. First, before I do that, let's paint over this piece right. This first, like this. I have a plan. This might not work, but I think it's going to work. That actually doesn't make sense. It's going to be darker up top. One second. Brian, what's up, man? It sounds like you're in the hall. Why don't you walk up to my door? Did you knock? Oh, you did? Okay, I didn't hear you. One second. You knocked here?
Yeah, I didn't knock very loud, but...
Well, then why didn't you knock loud? Come on in. Guys, I gotta run. We got a lot done here. Just need to finish the rest of this stuff. We're getting the bulk of it. It's good. Y'all are awesome. Gotta run. I'll see you. I'll be back on maybe once this week. We got Brian over here. You want to say hi to everybody?
Hello.
There's hundreds of millions of people watching this right now.
That's good. That's good.
Anyway, all right. You did not cloud. Stream off.